Now, I'm not saying it has to be steak tartare. I'm not saying it has to be.
That's disgusting.
I'm not saying it has to be rare, right? But a nice medium rare, 130 internal temp, nice crust.
I don't believe that kills.
Nice crust.
A crust?
Nice crust on
My
the
whole
outside.
steak is a crust.
Your whole
Look
steak
at you.
is charcoal. The whole thing of a crust is that it's a little crunch.
I just go a little deeper with the crust.
Your dental bills must be outrageous.
So we made a big decision while we were traveling that we do not eat the same. I know this is a shock to the viewers who have lived through many food battles here.
What is your road food? What's your go-to road food?
Depends where I'm going. Usually barbecue, because I love barbecue.
Yeah. But I mean, so you don't have anything where you're like, no matter where I'm at, if you're on the road.
No. Coffee, but that's everywhere.
Yeah. I'll go
Bourbon.
a burger pretty much anywhere. I go for a burger.
Yeah, but you like it red and gross.
Not on a burger. Because a burger is ground beef. You got to get that cooked through all the way.
Like a hockey puck, which is my favorite way of eating meat.
That's too much. You like to eat it like rubber.
No, it's not rubber. It's crunchy.
Why even eat it?
It's what texture? Great texture. Crunchy.
Why bother at all?
Do you like sprinkles?
Do
Crunchy.
I like
in your
sprinkles?
Yeah.
Listen, you don't have to sell me on
Crunchy?
combining texture with flavor. I'm
Well,
all
there
in
you go.
on that. My ideal burger, we're talking patty. I'm talking smash burger. Ideal, obviously.
I'm not a big smash burger fan. Just got to say.
It makes the burger more palatable. If you get one of those big monster you can't even deal with it.
So all you eat is the bun and the burger?
I go bun, burger. First of all, the bun, we got to go mayo and ketchup.
No, that's disgusting. Mayo and anything is gross. So.
When you see a beautiful grilled cheese, or how they get that toasted on it? It's mayo.
It's butter.
No, it's not. It's mayo, and then they put it on the grill.
Okay, I'm not putting mayo on a hamburger.
Mayo and ketchup?
No, it's ketchup.
That's how every
or A1.
That's how every burger special sauce is
Beside
made.
the condiments, we're going to argue condiments all the time.
All right,
Blue cheese goes on a burger.
No, I'm going American cheese melted.
American.
I'm going crispy fried onions.
Oh,
that's an option.
That's nice.
Okay, I'm going some julienne pickles. That's an option, and burger sauce. That's all
No
I need.
lettuce?
Nah, the vegetables will kill you.
No tomato?
Nah, I got ketchup. What do I need a tomato for?
Good point.
You took a tomato, you liquefied it.
I do like some raw onions too every once in a while.
I can't go for raw.
Some
onion.
jalapeno.
I go for jalapeno.
I do like teriyaki pineapple burgers too.
That's un-American. I don't know what you
They're
just
tasty.
said. We fought.
But once again,
we fought in World War II against this.
Hawaii is part of the U.S.
Teriyaki? Nothing on that?
No, I said pineapple.
All right. You said teriyaki pineapple. Okay, all right.
Aren't we just one big happy blue planet?
Now, yeah, I don't know. Who knows what we are these days.
But once again, hockey puck burnt.
I can't. It's
All meat. Hockey puck
don't
burnt.
understand it. There's just no moisture left.
There's
in it.
nothing better than a hockey puck burnt filet mignon.
That is borderline
poivre.
criminal. You might as well just eat it on the floor. You might as well say, do me a favor, throw it on the floor.
Well, why do you have to heat yours up? It's friggin' bloody and raw.
Okay, we've been over this. It's not
I
blood.
disagree.
It's
I
not,
can't
it's
even
not
look.
It's not an opinion. This is a fact.
When we sit at dinner, I can't even look at your plate because it's leaking all over the place.
But it's not blood. The cow is drained of blood when they butcher it. I believe that's just a protein called myoglobin that is coming out of it when you
Still
cook
looks
it.
like blood.
It may look like blood, but it may look like the earth is flat because you can't see the curvature from here to the wall. But
you can tell
it's
by
not.
shadows.
Well, you can tell by a lot of things. But I'm just saying, just because when I look at the wall, it looks flat from here to the wall, it doesn't mean it is. Just because it looks like blood doesn't mean it is blood. That's not blood.
It's not palatable. It's gross looking.
What's not palatable is eating like a hockey puck. The
crunchy.
Fact that you yourself describe it as a hockey puck.
That's so I am. So I love giving clear directions to the wonderful people who try to feed me food at restaurants.
I'm always surprised they even make it for you.
Some don't. I had 3 arguments in Texas about this.
Yeah, because it's just not.
But once again, it's my money.
There's
Just make
no
it the way I
point-
want it.
There's no point in even having it if you're going to cook it that way.
Okay, let's use this.
When you eat chicken,
Yep.
do you like it dry
Yeah, with a lot of sauce on it.
Now, I just want to be clear. I'm not advocating anyone eat medium rare chicken. I just want to be super clear about that. But like a nice tender chicken breast over a dry one.
With some crunchy. Need some crunchy.
I don't understand how you eat dry. Your whole life, you must be just parched 100% of the day.
That's where the bourbon and the water and the coffee come in.
The fact that when I make steak at my house, I don't even give people an option.
See, I'd throw it back on the grill. I'd be like, get out of my way, T.
I'd be like, you're not having steak today. First of all, I go Cowboy Steak over Filet.
I know you do.
All day long. Because you get more flavor from a Cowboy Steak.
I don't want the bone.
Well, I cut it off the bone. I cut it off and I cut the rib cap, the fat cap off, and then I eat that personally. While everyone else is eating, I eat that at the grill while I'm standing there.
Even the caveman invented or discovered fire, and they used it to cook their meat.
Medium rare. They stopped at medium
No,
rare.
they did not. They burned the crap out.
If you look at the cave drawings, it always shows a pink center.
No, I think it shows hockey puck. Crunchy hockey puck meat.
The fact that that's how you describe it, you're one step away from leather belt.
It is so descriptive that they can't get it wrong.
But here's the other
no one comes out and says, oh, is this cooked right for you? Because I'm like, oh, perfect.
So you want people to be bad at their job?
No, I want them to do exactly what I want because I'm paying for it.
But that's like saying, you know what? Let's say you're in France.
Yep.
Right?
Been
and
there.
They say we have a wonderful wine selection.
Yep.
And you go, grape juice is fine. It's the same thing.
That's not the same thing. That is not the same thing. I'm not going to.
You're going to take the suggestion of the people that know the most about it.
But I know my palate.
But don't you think there's a chance your palate is uninformed? You have an uninformed palate?
Let's do the other thing. I hate all fish. I've tried it. Don't like any of it.
Okay.
I know my palate.
Yeah, that's fine. You don't like fish.
So crunchy.
But if you said
Burnt
to me, but it's not a question of whether or not you like. So like I would, it's like people that get coffee from Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks or wherever, and they get like 19 creams and 14 sugars, and you're like, yeah, you don't like coffee. You like a milkshake. That's what you're after. We drink our coffee black.
Yep.
I think you like coffee more if you drink black coffee or espresso or something like that, right? Now, not that it's not a nice treat every now and then. Have a little cappuccino, a little latte. That's a nice treat.
Look at you. You're pretty fancy.
Yeah, but it's not every day. But it's the same thing. Like, I don't think you like steak.
I love steak.
If you're like, I like it cooked until, in your words, Yana, if I may, in your words, a hockey puck.
But you're missing the
and covered in sauces.
Humans do not taste purely by taste.
Correct. I'm with you.
It is visual. And if something's bleeding, and it's smell, correct.
But it's not bleeding.
Okay. The optic, if I put a raw piece of meat out and it was oozing myoglobin, no one's going to say, look at that myoglobin. They're going to say, that friggin' thing's bleeding.
When I get the Cowboy Steak from Fred the Butcher, shout out Fred the Butcher. When I get the Cowboy Steak, I wish.
I do like Fred the Butcher.
And I bring it home and I take it out and I let it rest on the counter, right? To come to room temp.
So the dog can eat it?
As I look at it, I'm going, that looks delicious.
We have different art, right? In the eye of the beholder.
No, this is steak. We're not talking about art.
That's a piece of art too. And a
But
nice,
there's
crunchy
no
hockey puck
flavor.
burnt
But
steak is delicious.
Here's how I know there's no flavor left in your
You've never
hockey
had
puck
it.
burnt steak. That's right, and I never will. But
So how do you know there's no flavor?
Because if you'd let me get to it, I'll tell you. Because what's an important part of how you eat steak? Covered
No, that's okay.
Covered in. Say it with me. Sauces.
I eat everything with sauces.
Covered in sauces.
I dip everything in sauces.
Right. That's the milk and the sugar to coffee. Now, I'm not saying that a nice au poivre sauce.
Who won the argument about ketchup and potato chips?
I don't think you did.
Our loyal listeners agreed with me.
They're not dipping chips in ketchup. That's insane behavior.
Listen, I gave you the victory on the egg thing, which I still don't understand. Anybody from New York City putting an egg on nothing but a hard roll.
The choice is between hard roll and croissant. Croissant is the superior choice.
Yes, I gave you that victory. I might be the only person who likes hard rolls on the whole planet.
You're keeping the hard roll industry alive.
Though they make 1 million of them a day. So
well, they're good for other things.
Okay. But I concede that.
Throwing them at windows.
Paperweights on your desk.
hunting down your enemies.
I gave you that victory. I'm not giving you the ketchup dip. I think I won that one.
I haven't seen this
but
evidence.
the steak one, I know I got this one.
You really, look at me in the eyes.
I know I'm going to lose this one because every time I go to a restaurant, people are like, are you something wrong with you?
In your heart of hearts, you're like, everyone else likes hockey puck steak too.
I know 2 people that do.
They're your kids. That's not fair. That's called indoctrination.
They're welcome.
If they had a chance to come up another way.
You know how healthy all that nice burnt meat in your system
That's right.
is?
The carcinogens really soak into the gut lining.
I call it charcoal, and it's inert.
But the way I know that there's less flavor is because you need a sauce. Now, as I was saying, am I against a poivre sauce? No. You want to hit me with a little horseradish crema to dip my steak in? 100%. Right? It's a nice treat in addition to the steak. But what do I need on a steak? Salt, pepper, garlic. Salt, pepper, garlic. That's it.
And a little butter.
Well, I mean, butter's nice, but salt, pepper, garlic is all I need.
I don't even need the salt. Just give me the pepper.
You were saying you need sauces. I've seen you order steak. You're like the sauce king. You're like, why don't you bring me every sauce you have? I'll decide what I want when it gets here.
I can eat it dry. I just don't want to.
My point is it shouldn't be dry.
It should be dry.
It shouldn't be dry.
It's better
you get
for
a steak
chewing.
Cooked correctly. Now, I'm not saying it has to be steak tartare. I'm not saying it has to be.
That's disgusting.
I'm not saying it has to be rare, right? But a nice medium rare, 130 internal temp. Nice crust.
I don't believe that kills.
Nice crust.
A crust?
Nice crust on
My
the
whole
outside.
steak is a crust.
Your whole
Look
steak
at you.
is charcoal. The whole thing of a crust is that it's a little crunch.
I just go a little deeper with the crust.
Your dental bills must be outrageous. You must just be replacing teeth weekly. You look like you're just gnawing on concrete.
My gas bill is way up. The oven's always on.
They're like, my man's cooking steak for 4 hours.
I go through a propane tank once a week on the grill.
I just don't understand.
You haven't had it though.
I have.
So I've had
it by mistake.
Oh, okay.
I've had it by mistake. Mistake.
I got
Get it?
yeah,
Mistake,
yeah,
mistake.
yeah.
I've had it by mistake.
Why don't you say it one more time because no one got
And it ruined my day.
ruined your day.
Yeah. Because I know what it
At
could
least
have
you
been.
didn't get queasy from looking at red bloody meat on a plate.
It's not my fault. You're not a man.
That's a whole other episode.
I just don't understand. Not even that you like it, okay? Because as many people have said about it, don't yuck my yum, okay? You like it, I don't, that's fine. I got no problem with that.
Live and let live.
Yeah, live and let live. My problem is when you go, this is how everyone else likes it too.
I've only been wrong with that statement once, and that was egg sandwiches.
No, you were wrong about the Halloween candy.
No.
No one, come on, Robert.
You don't like Reese's peanut butter cups?
I love Reese's peanut butter
Oh,
cups.
I was just checking. You mean the Almond Joys?
Yeah.
Almond Joys have been selling for 1,000 years. I believe Socrates ate an Almond Joy.
I believe you're
and
right,
said,
because
"This
that's
is
all they could
genius."
muster at the time. My premise is if you have an entire candy aisle to choose from, you and potentially you alone.
I'm grabbing Almond Joys and Reese's peanut butter cups.
I'm with you on the Reese's peanut butter cups.
So half of it. And Mounds.
Just you're so close, and then you just.
Have you tried this new craze about freeze-dried candy?
No,
Yeah,
freeze dried or frozen?
No, it's freeze-dried. They have a whole line of freeze-dried candy.
Where do I?
I'm going to pick you up some because
where do
I
I do
tried
this?
freeze-dried Skittles, and they were pretty good.
I love Skittles. That could be my favorite candy.
That's not my favorite, but I like Skittles.
Skittles and Snickers. Snickers if I'm going chocolate.
I like Snickers. Not as good as Almond Joy, though.
That's where you lose me. Because if you said to me,
They're healthier than Snickers.
None of it healthy.
Oh, please.
Once you're
Coconut
having-
and
once
an
you're-
almond. Almonds are very
You
healthy.
think that they're going up in trees and they're grabbing coconuts and that's what's in your Almond Joy?
Yes.
There's no way. That is coconut flavored flake.
And you're telling me that's myoglobin that's bleeding out of your steak?
No, the good people at Steaks USA is saying that. I don't know. Whoever did the research.
That could be an episode. We go to a restaurant, we sit with the chef, and we argue. And I'll win this.
I just don't think you will. Yeah. And I'm also concerned that
I've been throwing out a steak.
The fact that you tried to take the health route approach with Almond Joy, we're like, it's a healthier candy.
One. Well, so is the peanut butter and the chocolate.
Yeah, they say peanut butter is good fat.
Yeah. And chocolate's good sugar.
I don't think that's real peanut butter.
What? You are bursting all my bubbles.
Moderation, my friend. Everything in moderation.
Nah. You only live once.
I mean, not you, man. You're living
high on the hog.
I don't know what you're doing with your charcoal steaks and your leather-bound hamburgers.
You don't even eat lettuce on a hamburger.
No, because I want the burger.
You got to surround it with stuff.
See, I don't.
Onions,
that's
pickles,
my point.
but not American cheese. What kind of crap cheese is that?
Wow.
Throw some blue cheese on it. Throw some Swiss cheese.
You hated America so much.
I don't hate America.
Well, why don't you go back to your home in Russia? Why don't you go back to your Russian overlord, okay? You hate America so much.
That is not a Russian
Why don't you have Russian cheese?
That is not.
You know why you don't have Russian cheese?
Do Russians have cheese?
Exactly.
They do.
No cheese in Russia.
There's no cheese in Russia.
Potatoes.
Potato cheese.
Have potato.
I got to hear from our Russian friends if they have any cheeses that I don't know about yet.
I might be on a list. They don't have cheese. What cheese?
I'm asking. I don't know. I'm asking you.
They're a communist people. They're barely getting by, Bob.
They're not communists. They're freely elected now.
That's what they want you. That's what the communist state says. We're about to be in the same boat. Uh-oh. Just like that, Bob. It's time to go.
We're talking about crunchy steak, and you got to bring the conspiracy theories in again.
Yeah, that's my job here.
Okay. How do you eat buffalo?
How do I eat buffalo?
Yeah, right there, buffalo.
I don't.
You've never had buffalo?
I've had buffalo once.
I've had a bison burger.
It was medium rare.
Oh, mine was crunchy.
Once again, you can have things medium rare that are a single source of meat. The problem with hamburgers is that we don't know.
You don't know where your meat's coming from.
Yeah, I do. It comes from the good people at Fred's, the butcher. And he knows where it comes from. And I trust him.
Does he go watch them cut it up?
No, they cut it up. They get a side of beef and they process it.
You don't know where that beef came from. It came from Russia.
It did not come from Russia. No beef.
I'm
no cow
almost sure
in
that
Russia.
is not a Russian accent.
No cow in Russia.
Of course there's a cow in Russia.
Oxen. Oxen only. This is how they move things. This is going to seem very offensive to our Russian friends, and I'm just joking.
No, they're laughing because
sorry.
they're like, that's not even a Russian accent.
I just like the hats. I want to get
those are nice hats, especially in the cold.
Yeah.
Okay, ending another episode of ridiculousness.
Let Bob know.
Please
where
let
you're
me
at
know
on
because
steak.
somebody has to be with me. Someone on this planet.
I'm
has
sure
to be.
someone. Bob,
Okay.
I'm
All
just.
I want is one.
Can I bring up one more piece of evidence,
Yeah.
if I may, Your Honor? If I may submit this to the court. Okay. Many of us in life find a partner. Okay, we find someone to go through life with. Okay, someone that has our back. Someone that goes, I like the way you live your life, and you like the way I live my life, and let's live life together. And sometimes you have kids with those people, right? You have one of these people, do you not?
Yeah.
And how does she eat her steak, Bob?
She's
the prosecution.
She's a communist.
The prosecution rests.
You just gave me a great idea for a new dating app.
Yeah.
Based on food preferences. That's a good idea.
Yeah. I have a show idea that
What would we call it?
I just realized I can't say.
You can't say that.
It's something my wife and I talk about that I realize will be very offensive. It's not that offensive.
You're talking
Anyways.
yourself out of talking.
Yeah.
All right.
It's called Love is Blind, which is a real show.
They have that already.
I know. I watch it.
It's not good.
It's not
The
good.
format of that show sucks.
The problem with it is that everyone is mildly attractive. If you want to prove Love is Blind, really blind, you got to mix up the people that are behind those screens. You know what I mean?
It's just, but the whole show premise is weak.
Oh yeah,
It's a great concept, but they didn't execute it.
It's garbage television with garbage people.
We should do it here. Bring some people in.
But you got to have like voice modulators so that you can't hear their voice, right? And then
But then you don't know the real person.
but then you don't need to know the real person.
course
Love
you
is
do.
Blind.
Okay, you're not seeing them, but I got to hear them.
You don't have to hear them
If
because
they have some crappy
you're-
Russian fake accent, I'm not going to go hang out with them.
First of all, crappy and fake. You don't know. I could be a deep agent, deep state, deep.
So deep they
state.
left you here. You're never getting called back.
I'm going to be activated one day. I'm going to hear the secret code word.
You can find me grilling my steak the right way in my backyard.
If anyone here is a Russian agent with the leather meat that you're eating, feels very North Korean to me.
All right, another.
Been indoctrinated into thinking that's good steak. Anyways.
And I still believe Almond Joys are healthy.
Tune into Love is Blind Wednesdays at 9. I don't know when it's on. Bob, I'll see you next time. Like, follow, subscribe. We'll see you later.
Join the conversation and vote for Hockey Puck Burnt Steak.
Don't do it.